Lisa Jacob, High Performance Director of Hockey Ireland. Ireland are on their way to the European Championships. They're playing in a group with England, Scotland and Germany. Two of those teams are higher ranked than Ireland, namely England and Germany. Scotland are ranked below us. What is the realistic expectation from our team, given the rankings, against those opposition?
Yeah, well, I think England, Germany and Scotland are all very familiar opponents. We've played them a lot. It's kind of annually we'd play all of them. So what I would expect are really close battles, to be honest. The ranking obviously says that we're ranked third out of fourth in that pool, but we certainly won't be taking that into account. Many games have been very close, going down to the final quarter. So I think that we can expect that if we perform to our best on any day, we can beat all teams, but there's also the reality that we can be beaten by all teams. So all focus on the performance really from our end.
Given the recent performances against England, Scotland and Germany in recent years, on a good day we're capable of nicking a point against the Germans, I think is a fair assessment. We have beaten GB and England in friendlies in recent times, uncapped ones admittedly, and Scotland 9 times out of 10 we'd expect to beat them. So finishing third in the group is not an impossibility under any stretch of imagination, and another couple of results go our way, we could even hit second.
Absolutely. I think all games against all teams will be very tight, so all three of those pool games will be very important, as will when the teams play each other. So I think it's just a case of taking it game by game, quarter by quarter, and staying in it right until the 60th minute. Because we know that even goal difference can be something that comes into play. And I think, you know, by no means is it unrealistic to think that we can break into that semi-final spot as well, as long as we perform well in all those three games.
Given that the way the fixtures have fallen, it's probably a good thing that we've got Germany in our final game, and you know the chances of picking up points before we get to play the Germans are probably better as a result.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you were to schedule it yourself, you probably would schedule it as it is. I think it's very good for us, but to be honest, as I say, it's day by day, so it'll be very much focused on the game in front of you, and we would hope, I suppose, by the time they get to play Germany that there'll be decent momentum and hopefully points in the bank, that we can have a go at Germany, and it's looking at getting into the semi-final.
And looking at the squad, there's nobody missing due to long-term injury. It's more or less a full-strength squad that Sean had to choose from.
Absolutely, a full-strength squad, and some really excellent players who've also been left behind. So the squad is in really an excellent place. The preparation has been very, very good. So I know it gives everybody a lot of confidence going into this tournament.
And as we record these interviews here at the National Training Camp at Sports Campus Ireland, this has been a great boost to Hockey Ireland to have this facility available to train at.
Yeah, you know, listen, it's been absolutely great to be here, and we're also, Hockey Ireland as an organisation, moving our whole offices out to the campus, so it really is going to be the home of hockey, and we look forward to continuing that relationship with Sport Ireland Campus and Sport Ireland for many years ahead.
Now, if we do achieve what the rankings suggest we'll achieve, which is become third, we'll go into a 5th and 6th place playoff, which should be good enough to get into a qualification group for the Olympics in January, and that's obviously a minimum target.
Yeah, like we definitely have that potential, so I think that's the main piece from the tournament, is to go out there and get a berth in that Olympic qualifier in January. I think we have the firepower. It's just about putting down that performance on each day and in that week itself.
Now, we don't have an out-and-out goal scorer, but we are dangerous from penalty corners in particular, and we've 4 or 5 options to convert those penalty corners. The fact that we don't have like one recognised goal scorer might actually be a strength in a strange way, in that it's not a case of close down Mary or close down Anna and you've beaten Ireland.
Yeah, I think hockey has really progressed away from that one goal scorer that's your go-to. Of course, every coach will want a player like that in their team, but I suppose for me there are many people there, like, you know, Katie Mullen would be crying out to say, hey, hold on, I've been scoring goals for fun. Niamh Carey, Deirdre Duke. So we have so much firepower in the team, and I think when there's not one absolute go-to and everybody has the capacity to do it, there's a bit more balance, and there's also more threat coming from midfield, coming from our penalty corners and coming from all of our attackers. And what you end up doing is building team play, where it mightn't be the goal that's the rocket in the top left-hand corner. It's tapped in at the back post, but it's been excellent team play to build that goal. So I'd have no concerns about that.
And the fact that there isn't, to say, a specific go-to person is, it doesn't mean if that girl is having a bad day, there's other options there to step up to the plate and take her place as regards being the goal-scoring threat.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, listen, if we want to compete in this tournament and get the results that we want to, and even in terms of like moving up the world ranking, you can't just have one person that you go to all the time or one corner, so building that depth and building more and more threat in the team has been a real focus for Sean and the coaching staff.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for talking to us.
Very welcome.